welcome back to Mama Z's Texas Kitchen, and it is Christmas week. I've got a simple recipe that I want you to try that may be a little different than other recipes you've tried before. Now, this isn't your classical peanut balls, Buckeyes. This is Mama Z version. Actually, it's my mother's version, but I like it better. So let's get started on today's recipe. If you don't mind, hit me with that thumbs up, because that sure does let the algorithm know that you like what you're seeing. All right, first thing you're going to need to do is melt down a cup of peanut butter. Now, I've used the crunchy, and it's just because I like the nuts in there. So, but if you would rather use creamy, by all means do. Okay. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. Okay, next step is you need to melt this in the microwave. I'm going to put it in for like 20 seconds, give it a good stir, and see where we're at. Okay, we're going to give this a stir. And that's about all it needs. It just needs to be where it'll mix around and it'll fit on your Rice Krispies. Okay, so here's the next step. I've got a cup and a half of Rice Krispies. I'm just going to push them down a little bit, brush them just a hair. Okay, I'm going to pour them in my bigger bowl here. Also got a cup of powdered sugar. And then we are going to pour in our mixture. So I've got my peanut butter, powdered sugar, and Rice Krispies and butter in this bowl, and we're just going to stir it up. And this is a total no-bake, easy-peasy recipe that you're going to love. I'll tell you a funny story. When I was a kid, my mother, this was my late grandfather's favorite candy, and my mother would make this. And I got a hold of a tin. I don't know, 8 or 9. I got a hold of a 10 of them and sit there and ate every single one of them. I was so sick. Wasn't pretty, but they're that good. Hopefully, as an adult, I'll have a little bit more restraint and not eat the whole 10. Okay, you just want to get these well incorporated. Okay, the next step I want to do is put together our little balls. Now, you can use an ice cream scoop, whatever you had, to make these. I think using your fingers are still the best way to go, because you want to squeeze them in there real tight. And I'm just lining my cookie sheet here, but I'm not so worried about having them all the same size, because I can kind of eyeball it. Okay, so the next step is we're going to put them in the freezer for about 30 minutes, and then we'll come back, and then I'll show you the next step. We'll be right back. Okay, our peanut butter balls have come out of the freezer, and now we need to melt some chocolate. I have a cup and a half of semi-sweet chocolate. I'm going to melt this in the microwave for, 10-15 seconds at a time. Stir it up good, and when I get it all melted, I'll bring you right. Okay, so we're going to drop these in our chocolate. If your chocolate gets cooled off, just pop it back in the microwave. All right, I'm gonna get the rest of these dipped in chocolate, and we'll be right back. Okay, I'm gonna let these set up in the freezer for about an hour, and then we're gonna bring you back, and I'll show you what they look like when they're all set up. Okay, my friends, they are all done. They're out of the freezer. I had a tray that fell a little bit, so some of them kind of lost their chocolate coating, but I guarantee you my family will eat them and still love them. So, this is such an easy recipe to make. I hope you'll give this recipe a try. Thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope you have a Merry Christmas. Hey everybody, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure and check these other videos out in my playlist for more edible Christmas gifts. Thank you so much for joining us today on Mama Z's Texas Kitchen.